Welcome back to Stories with Consequences. This is episode 13, The Wedding Night. Victor Frankenstein made a fatal calculation. For months, he has been haunted by 6 words. I shall be with you on your wedding night. He was convinced the monster intended to kill him. He pictured the wedding night as a final, bloody duel, a fight to the death between creator and creation. He armed himself, prepared for a battle for his own life. He was wrong. He was so completely absorbed in his own tragedy, so fixated on his personal suffering, that he never stopped to consider the most cruel, the most twisted interpretation of that threat. The monster didn't want to end Victor's misery. He wanted to magnify it, to make it absolute. The monster wanted to take everything from Victor, just as Victor had taken everything from him. Tonight, the curse is fulfilled. Tonight, the last light in Victor's life is extinguished. And tonight, the man becomes the hunter. After his horrifying ordeal in Ireland, where he was wrongly imprisoned for the murder of his friend Henry Clerval, Victor Frankenstein finally returns to Geneva. He is no longer the ambitious young scientist. He's a haunted man, aged beyond his years, a wreck of his former self. But in the ruins of his life, one fragile hope remains: to marry Elizabeth Lavenza, the woman he has loved since childhood. His father, Alphonse, sees the marriage as a potential cure for Victor's deep, dark depression. He gently pushes for the wedding, believing that the love of a good woman can mend a broken spirit. Victor agrees to the marriage, but not because he expects a happy ending. He agrees because he sees it as the stage for his final confrontation. He is resigned to his fate. He will marry Elizabeth, and then he will face his demon. He prepares for his wedding day not like a joyful groom, but like a soldier heading into battle. He is never without a loaded pistol tucked in his coat or a sharp dagger hidden in his clothes. He is in a state of constant, heightened alert, his eyes scanning every shadow, his ears straining for every sound. He is a man walking to his own execution. Elizabeth, beautiful but deeply worried, sees the terror in his eyes. She pleads with him. What is it, Victor? What secret do you hide that makes you so miserable? But he can't bring himself to tell her the grotesque truth. He promises to reveal everything the day after their wedding, a day he fully believes he will never live to see. The wedding day arrives. In Mary Shelley's novel, the ceremony is not a grand, joyful celebration. It is quiet, somber, almost funereal. The atmosphere is heavy and suffocating, as if a storm is about to break. As soon as the vows are exchanged, they must escape. As their boat cuts through the water, the weather turns. The sun, which had been shining, disappears behind a wall of heavy, black clouds. The wind whips up, churning the calm lake into a frenzy. It's a classic Gothic trope, but it's incredibly effective. Nature itself is screaming a warning. They arrive at the inn just as the storm breaks in full force. Lightning flashes, thunder cracks, and in the strobing light we see the pure, unadulterated terror etched on Victor Frankenstein's face. It is night, the wedding night. The moment Victor has been dreading for months has finally arrived. He is inside the honeymoon suite, pacing back and forth like a caged animal, his hand never leaving the pistol in his pocket. He is convinced the monster is out there, lurking in the storm, waiting for the perfect moment to burst in and destroy him. He looks at Elizabeth. She is sitting in a chair, watching him, her face a mask of confusion and fear. He cannot bear the thought of her witnessing the bloody, monstrous violence he anticipates. He doesn't want her to see the creature. He doesn't want her to see him die. And so, in an attempt to protect her, he makes the single worst, most catastrophic decision of his entire life. He goes to her, speaks gently, and urges her to go into the bedroom and retire for the night. He kisses her forehead, a final, tragic goodbye. He tells her he needs to stay on watch, to patrol the inn. He positions himself in the main room, a self-appointed guard, watching all the doors and windows. He thinks he is a hero, a protector shielding his love from harm. In reality, he is serving her up on a silver platter. He has isolated her. He has left her completely vulnerable. He has led the wolf right to the lamb. He waits in the dark, listening to the roar of the storm. He strains to hear any sound over the wind and rain, a footstep, a creaking floorboard. The minutes stretch into an eternity of silence, and then it comes. A scream, a shrill, blood-curdling, horrifying scream. It rips through the noise of the storm, and it comes from the bedroom. In that single, sickening split second, the truth slams into Victor like a physical blow. The monster's threat. It wasn't about him. It was never about him. He smashes the bedroom door open, his heart hammering in his chest. He stumbles into the room and collapses against the doorframe, gasping. The scene before him is a nightmare. The window is wide open, its curtains whipping violently in the wind. And there, on the bridal bed, lies Elizabeth. She is dead. Thrown across the bed, Shelley writes, her body contorted in a horrifying posture. Her head hangs limply over the side, her beautiful hair falling to the floor. She is pale, lifeless, and on her neck the monster's unmistakable signature, the black, bruised marks of his powerful fingers. The monster has taken his revenge in the most poetic, most devastating way possible. He has taken Victor's wife on the night she became his. He has destroyed Victor's chance at happiness, at family, at love, precisely as Victor destroyed the monster's hope for a female companion. It is a perfect, cruel symmetry. An eye for an eye, a bride for a bride. As Victor stands there, frozen in shock and grief, a flash of lightning illuminates the open window, and he is there. The monster, his grotesque face, is framed against the stormy sky. And then a hideous grin spreads across his face, a look of triumphant, demonic glee. Blinded by rage, Victor snatches his pistol and fires into the darkness. But the creature is inhumanly fast. He drops from the window ledge, disappears into the raging lake below, and vanishes. The chase is useless. Drenched and defeated, Victor eventually makes his way back to Geneva to deliver the devastating news. The shock is too much for his elderly father, Alphonse. Already weakened by grief over William and Justine, the news of Elizabeth's murder is the final blow. He clutches his chest, collapses, and a few days later, he dies of a broken heart. In a matter of months, Victor Frankenstein has lost everyone he ever loved. His little brother, William, the innocent Justine, his best friend, Henry Claravel, his beloved wife, Elizabeth, and now, his father. His entire world has been systematically dismantled and utterly destroyed. He pours out the entire, unbelievable story, the creation in his laboratory, the murders, the 8-foot-tall monster who has haunted his life. The magistrate listens patiently, but it's clear from the look of pity on his face that he thinks Victor is insane, driven to madness by grief. He politely says there is nothing he can do. In that moment, Victor realizes he is truly alone. Society cannot help him. There is no law for monsters. There is only vengeance. He kneels on the cold earth, surrounded by the tombstones bearing the names of those he has lost. But he doesn't pray to God for comfort. He speaks to the spirits of the dead, to the very night itself. And there, over the graves of his family, he swears a solemn and terrible oath. He will dedicate the rest of his life to one single purpose: hunting down and destroying the creature he brought into this world. The victim is gone. The hunter is born. I'm your host. Join me for the grand finale in episode 14, as the hunt takes us to the desolate, frozen wastes of the North Pole. Subscribe to the channel. You need to see how this ends.